Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome, and welcome to Audrey Yoder, Soprano. And for those of you who don't know her, this is your chance to get to know her for the first time in advance of her world premiere performance of Par for the Course, one of the operas in our Micro Opera Festival that's running March 22nd to 26th. And Audrey, hi, it's so good to see you this morning.
Hi, it's always good to see you, Lisa.
Yay! Oh, we've got a chance to collaborate a couple times virtually during the pandemic, and it's just been super awesome. And I know everyone's just going to love your performance on the festival. I'd love for you to tell viewers a little bit about yourself and your background, and then about the piece you're going to be sharing in the festival.
Sure. So I did my undergrad at the University of Iowa, which is where I got to meet Lisa. Yes, very long-standing relationship. So it's fun to be able to collaborate recently. But I moved out to Los Angeles to do my master's, and I've been here for, oh my goodness, I think 7 years now.
Wow.
And, yeah, it's been really fruitful. I love working in this area. There's a lot of exciting things happening musically and a lot of thinking outside of the box, which, is a reason that I'm super excited about this Micro Opera Festival, but also, brings a lot of meaning to the work we get to do here. So I've worked with, Pacific Opera Project and Opera Santa Barbara and Independent Opera Company and, oh my goodness, Los Angeles Symphony Orchestra and, I'm the administrator of the Los Angeles Jewish Symphony, so it's sort of an eclectic group of performance opportunities and arts administrative work.
I love that, and I'm so grateful that you shared that, because I know when I was studying and dreaming of a life in the arts, it seemed really mysterious, what was really happening in the lives of artists. And in the conversation I had last week with Zach Finkelstein, he was so wonderful about sort of demystifying all the different ways that people make that life work. And I think that's just really powerful, especially right now when, the arts, the whole economy of, has been affected by the pandemic. And in fact, there's been things that were going on before that weren't always so great for artists, or that artists had to, do some of their creative work and also do sometimes work that was allied or maybe not even connected. So I think that's so great that you're bringing that up. Will you tell people a little preview of what you are going to be performing on the Micro Opera Festival? Yay, Felix is watching. Hi, Felix. Hi. And about your process, because this is a little bit different than like standard rep, I would imagine. So tell people kind of about that. Give them a sneak peek.
Yes. So this opera is called Par for the Course, and it's about Babe Zaharias, who I did not know about before we started this project. I was so excited. My partner, we were walking down the street, and I was just like effusively telling him about this woman. She's so interesting. So she just excelled at every sport that she got into, and this was, she started off working for a business because they had a women's sports team. So she was playing basketball with them, and then she started playing baseball, and then she got into the Olympics. She won 2 Olympic gold medals, and I believe a silver as well in track and field, one of which was in javelin throwing. Just like,
so cool.
Just super interesting. And then she got into golf later in life, but that's what she's best known for, and that's what this opera centers around, is her involvement in the world of golf. But she was a phenomenal player, and she played in 2 PGA tours, Los Angeles and Arizona, I think Tucson, and she won, I think, 82 golf tournaments in her career, which was actually a very short career, because she unfortunately passed away from cancer. But in a very short career, she had this incredible amount of success, and had struggled with trying to get into larger, more, patriarchal elements in the golf world. So, she was this particular scene from the opera is when she finds out she's not going to be allowed to play in the US Open because she's a woman. And so you feel her frustration and her sort of coming up against these walls. And she was actually one of the founding members of the women's PGA, partially, you know, in response to these moments where, you know, she just couldn't excel in the way that she wanted to.
Mm-hmm. I love that. You know, so this opera is, there's no one else. There's just you know, and this was workshopped last summer by the amazing Elizabeth Holliday Kwan. It was part of Rhymes with Opera's summer pocket opera workshop. Due to the time constraints, it wasn't a public premiere, but there was a really wonderful experience I got to have working with her, just putting the music on its feet and getting to hear it. But this is the world premiere, so you're breaking ground in that way. What is that process like for you as a singer to work on a piece like this? You know, maybe different than standard rep, maybe not.
Yeah, it's always interesting to work on a piece that there aren't a lot of recordings of, you know, and it's fun because you get to, you know, really work on your own interpretation. There aren't these, you know, it's traditionally done this way. You need to do this. So so yeah, it's really fun to dig into those moments, especially those quick change moments where you feel her mentally going into a different space, you know, looking at adjusting the color and how is she feeling in that instance. So it's, in a way, like, it's a lot more fun to sink your teeth into a new work, which, you know that I love doing. I've sort of made that a focus during the pandemic, and it's been so great to have the time to focus on newer works. But yeah, it's just so much more exciting to sink your teeth into new work. And it's always a little scary to sing something where you're unaccompanied because we're not used to. You know, we're used to that support system underneath us from, you know, usually a pianist or an orchestra or, you know, something. So in this instance, I loved that with her mood shifts, you also like shifted the compositional language that you were employing. And
oh, yay.
I know, it was so fun. So I sort of learned it in chunks. Like, okay, when she's feeling this is the mood. This is, you know, this is sort of the center here. And then I'd learn the next chunk. And so that was fun, and it's been really rewarding.
Yeah, when I started to really dig into unaccompanied repertoire for voice, because you're right, we don't really have that. Every other instrument has a body of totally solo works that's part of the standard rep. And while there are lots of unaccompanied works to be found, if you start to kind of dig around in the corners, it is not a part of a classical singer's education, you know? And it really was such an interesting process for me. It made me very honest about, oh, I guess I need that interval. I need to find it myself, you know, and it's contemporary music. So maybe some of the intervals that I was learning were a little challenging. But then it was also very empowering to have repertoire like for myself that I could sing in any space. If a collaborator wasn't available, you know, I'd always go home and my parents, you know, in college would be like, sing your opera aria, and you'd sing it. And then there would be that interlude and you're like, do I sort of speed it up? Do I play it in my head? It felt super awkward, as any duet would, without your duet partner or whatever, your gigantic ensemble partner in terms of an orchestra. So it's an interesting thing. And I'm super excited to bring that into the opera world more and more, because, you know, you are an amazing singer, you're an amazing actress. And also folks I've heard and talked to, and we've been exploring the different staging things that Audrey's going to do. And it's going to be really awesome. It's totally storytelling and a full production. So I'm just super, super excited for this to hit the internets. So you also, like, this is a busy month for you. You're talking to me now, but you've got some things coming up this weekend, next weekend. Tell people about the other amazing projects that are on your docket right now.
Sure. So a big project coming up that's sort of been months in the making is a virtual full production of Suor Angelica with orchestra, with singers.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's with Valley Opera and Performing Arts, Mission Opera, and Opera San Luis Obispo, they all came together during the quarantine and were like, we've got to put the show on. So that's actually premiering next weekend on the 20th. Yes. And in preparation for that, we're doing a virtual concert this Sunday on the 14th. And then the first week of April, Glendale Opera is doing a live stream concert, which will be very cool to be, you know, in real time with a pianist and, you know, singers in their car very far away, but
yeah,
but nice. And then I've been working with a choral group. We've been working with Hollywood Sound Systems here in LA County, and they've been doing experiments with cars and miking us from our cars with a transmitter, and then having us sing in real time, which has been so rewarding to sing harmony with fellow singers for the first time in, you know, a year was just such a very spiritual moment, I think, for all of us. So yeah, just a few projects right now, and you know, prepping for what's to come.
Oh, that's fantastic. And when we're done with the interview, I'll pop links to those in the comments so people can go find out. And yeah, thank you so much for taking the time in such a busy week and such a busy month to come chat with people. And everybody who's watching, I hope that you'll tune in. March 22nd to 26th is the One Voice Project Micro Opera Festival. You'll hear Audrey, you'll hear 4 other fantastic singers, you know, completely different works. Each work is exploring different topics: feminism, sport, singing life in the pandemic. Some of them are a little autobiographical, which will be really, really meaningful. And then, of course, if you want to have a chance to talk to Audrey yourself, be sure to sign up for the Zoom Talkback reception, which is on Friday, the 26th at 5:10 p.m., right after the opera drops. Come raise a virtual glass and share what you took from the festival. Ask us all your questions. Hang out with the artists. We really can't wait. So all those links will be dropped shortly. Thank you so much, Audrey, and toy this weekend.
Thank you. It was great to see you, Lisa.
Yay.